Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One, coming to you Monday, November the 18th, the year 2019. Let's talk trading, developing a method. I think I mentioned last week how I got lucky on some trades because I saw something. So I thought I should, or it might be helpful if I take you through a thought process or thought pattern and show you how I come up with these methods. In fact, I was talking with a trader earlier today, and I was pointing out that anytime I win, it's luck. I am not deluding myself that I have found the holy grail or that my methods are so great that they work, because I mentioned to him that you can put two traders side by side, give them the same method. One can succeed and one can fail. I see it all the time. And also, we're dealing with trading, and trading doesn't have probabilities. It it just doesn't. It only has statistical or historical. And statistics look backward, probabilities look forward. You can have the same trading setup one time and you make money, and the exact same trading setup on the exact same instrument at the exact same time and exact same level, and you don't, because the market's that way. You know, you can flip a coin 50 times in a row and get 50 heads. What's the probability of heads coming up the next flip? It's 50%. The probabilities don't change. But you could have 50 green candles in a row. What's the probability that the next candle's green? There is none. And most people just don't understand that difference. And that's one of the reasons they get into trouble. But fellow traders, these videos are for educational purposes only, and your results will most likely differ from mine, and that trading is risky. So if you need trading advice, trading guidance, seek it from a professionally accredited trader or financial advisor. That way, if you take their advice or let them manage your money and they lose it, hey, they were accredited. So, normally, we're going to talk about how your risk and money management is important. So in any particular trade, you don't lose more than that trade. And let's just look here at the weekly gap. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that haven't filled. There was no gap on the pound dollar. You can see dollar yen went into the candle body, is now in the lower wick zone here of the week. And but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through what I saw the other day here. Now, I was looking at a blank chart, and I was actually looking at H4. Um, and what happened was I saw that the dollar yen had bottomed here, and I looked and I said, you see this, double top, and then price broke through, and then I saw it was in this wick zone, and I saw it made a new low here and was coming back up. I said I should buy, but not only did I do that, then I took a look at all of the charts that had positive swap. And you know what? I forgot to load that chart up. So let me do that. I'm going to pause the video and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Now, so I saw that the yen had bottomed out here on H4. And so I thought I should go long, but then I thought, you know what? There's probably other pairs, and normally I would look at euro yen. But you can see here, swap long, they take money from you, and swap short, they take money for you. So, if you're only trading a micro lot or something, it doesn't make that big of a deal. But if you're trading full lots, we're talking steak dinners here. So I looked around and I said, who else pays? And who else was bottoming out? And so I believe I took a trade in the Australian yen, because you see that pays swap, and I took the CAD franc, the Canadian Swiss franc, and I don't think I've ever traded that pair before, but see that paid, and when I looked at that chart, it too was down here. So, or maybe it was here, I can't remember. No, I think it was here. It was Thursday I did that trade. And so I took that long. And there was I think I took the pound franc long and the New Zealand yen long. And then there was a couple that were I took short. I think one was the which one did I take? Oh, it doesn't really matter. Point is, I saw it, I took it, I made money, I got lucky. But I thought maybe there's something there and that can repeat. So what I did was I said, I'm looking at these upper wicks after these big black candles, big, bear candles going down, and thinking, hey, if I get in at the open, kind of like an H4 buy zone, but just jump right in at the open, is there opportunity? So I wrote this indicator here that I just sent out, high op low histogram. So the green is high minus open, and right here the red is low minus open. That's why it's negative. So you can see here. So from right here, see there was no open to high. It didn't go up at all. So that's 0. But you see how it went down? But notice this candle right here was kind of at a top. So you want to look for ones that are kind of at a bottom. You see, I say kind of because you never know until after the fact. So right here, when I saw this was kind of at the bottom once again, because when I looked over here to the left, it wasn't, it wasn't down here, but it's just like, hey, this is at a level right in this area right here that had a push up, price pushed up. So, and you can see there was a little consolidation here, and then it made its move. So it's like it pushed down and pushed down lower, but came back into that lower wick zone. So, using the wick zone on H4 right there, and then trading out of that wick zone to the north. So I looked at this and I said, okay, yeah, what I'm seeing is what I'm seeing, meaning when I look at this, I don't have the numbers, but here, and I can put these levels so you can see here, this is 3 pips, 5 pips, and 10 pips. And you see, look at all that green there at the 3 pip level, and look at how many times it goes over 5 pips. So that said, yeah, you could be on to something. So what I did next was I used the frequency distribution for high minus open. And actually what I want to look at here is I want to look at the last 30 bars, because we've got 6 4-hour bars in a day and 5 days in a week. So if we look at the last 30, you can see here, it makes 3 pips almost 90% of the time, 3 pips or more. The 5 pips, 75% of the time. That's like 3 out of 4, you'll get 5 pips or more. But you see here at 10, it drops all the way down to 34. That's only 3 out of 10. So that helped me analyze this and say, this is profitable. And I hope you understand that. But remember, these videos are for educational purposes only, and your results may differ from mine. And then just to show you something else, a trader contacted me, and they said they wanted to do some candle patterns. And he asked, can you write an indicator where it's if red, red, green, green gives me alert, or if it's green, green, red, red gives me alert. So here you got green, green, red, red. Okay. So it's a match. So I thought, well, yeah, I could write that indicator. That won't be too hard. And then I thought, Yeah, it should probably be a multi-pair indicator because he probably wants it. Then I go, well, I just put it in the dashboard. So I wrote the function here, and it'll come out in the next batch, even though I just sent out batch 5. So look for this in batch 6. And it's called candle pattern. And what you do here is you type in the indicator heading. Well, let's just do one. So let's put this in column 10. It's going to be candle pattern. And let's do red, red, red. No, let's do red, 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 green. Okay. And let's just use the current chart. Now, we want a red. So that's going to be a -1. Want another red, -1. Another red, -1. And then a green. And then we're going to want to start from the previous bar. So bar number 1. So red, 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 green. So 0 means don't use it. Now, you make sure you do it in a row, because if you put a 0 here, then it's going to jump out of the loop. It's not going to look at these two. And you just put the indicator heading up here so you know what this one means. So where did it go? Oh, here it is right here. Red, 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 green. And we've got one match. Red, 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 green. So I'm not really sure. That's what the trader wanted. Maybe some of you other traders might find this useful. But I thought it was it was kind of a challenge. I said, I think I could do that. And, just took a few lines of code. But using the indicators or using the dashboard the way, and then figuring out, how to code it to make it work. That was just kind of fun. So let's go this way. Let's walk backwards through the charts. You see, we're putting in the first day of the week, that range right here, and so far we've got a pretty good range, 56 pips. You see, we actually penetrated the ATR, half of the open minus half the ATR 7 and ATR 3, actually penetrated through there, and now we're coming back up. This is just the wick zones once again. The Einstein line, you see there was a nice move to the upside and then a nice move to the downside. Right here at the tick level, not much happening. Horizontal line trades, there you have it at the levels. The wick zone, in and out. Now there's this one trader keeps asking me about the wick zone. And he's hammering on me. But you know what? Keep it up, because you're only going to make it better for everybody. You ask these questions. You force me to come up with an answer. If you don't understand, you force me to explain it better, and that's okay. And then another trader said, how come it's not showing me these things here? It's like, well, it's not in the wick zone. It's only going to show you trade parameters if it's time to trade. Right here, it's telling you don't even think about trading. It's not in the wick zone. That's why I coded it that way. Price action, 3 at the bottom, red at the line, 2 at the bottom, green at the line. Pivot, we opened, we went to a nice high, took out the pivot. On the weekly, you can see there's the weekly pivot that we took out. I think I called some of these levels out. We just have to see which way price goes. Rat zones, green rats starting to eat. The buy zone. Pivot was in the short zone, so no real bias. You're just taking the buy zone trades as they present themselves. So, fellow traders, that's it. Just remember, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. Go out there and drain the banks.